Okay, a few tools we need. Got a small hammer, steel, big hammer steel, brass punch, so you don't mar up the surface too bad. We have a small aluminum punch, 70-75, and then we have a bigger one for broader impact. And now we need a nice good lead hammer. So I don't need a big huge one, but I need a lead hammer. So that's over here. It's a nice little, whatever that weighs, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, I don't know. I think that's 10 pounds, but at least 5. So that's what we're going to use. This is going to be the go-to hammer right here. Now, we're going to look for some parts. So this workbench is the one that was in the shop when I moved in back in. It has my old racing stuff in here and other blown up Harley parts. So, what do we got to find over here? We're going to be looking for racing bike parts. Oh, there's some racing bike. Yeah, more stuff. Alright. Getting attacked over here in the corner. Okay, watch out for this handle here in your head. It might hurt. Okay, that's out of the way. I almost got hit by that. There, I got room in here. Okay, let's see what we got here. Ooh, look what I found. Extra parts. And these appear to be extra main shafts. Now we don't know if those are for the flathead bike or for the single. This is for the single. So I'm thinking I'll put that one in right now because the one I got's wasted. Saves me trouble doing that. Oh, here's one with a brand new shoe on it. But that's an aftermarket shoe. This is an original shoe. This material here works better than this material. This one appears to be running relatively straight, so I'll take this material over this new material. So I'll take that. Here's a new shift shaft if needed. It's in here. Racing Jim's shafts. Shovel head. That'd be for the Harman motor. What's this? Racing cages. These are probably for KR style bearings. KT is other bearings. This is racing cages already done. This is for the. This is what I was using a single for a while. These are cut down big twin cages with sportster rollers. Get more rollers. Brand new Harley lift box. Evo Sportster. This one here, that appears to be pretty light. That appears to be about it. This appears to be a filter I never used. That's for keeping the chunks out of stuff, but I'll use that big of an oil on it. Alright, so we got a couple parts we can use out of here. These are blown up parts. Here's what a stock counter shaft looks like, so I'll take that so I can do some measurements on that. This appears to be a miscellaneous vintage parts, which means they're bent, broken and abused stuff, or leftover stuff. Bottom of a tranny, didn't need that anyway. Extra bearings. Here's a repair for a early 900 case. It still breaks here. Doesn't matter what you do on the outside. There appears to be an extra trap door if I need it. Just in case I need another one. This is for electric start only because it has a double bearing in there. I think this is what's in my bike now, is one just like this. So this has a big double row ball in it, so you don't have much movement. The kickstart ones, they run a single ball, the Harley ball, a little thin one. This one's a big fat one. And then they got a big cut right in here for the gear, for the big kicker gear to start it. That's just between a kickstart version and an electric start version of these things. So, okay, that appears to be an extra one. I got another one of those floating around too. Here's some little valves or something. Bearing races. Valve guides. Cut down valve guides. Here's my street bike conversion kit for my race bike. That's all it takes. This mirror. That is your conversion kit. That was never used. Here's some B10Hs. And nice and crispy burnt, which means they weren't cold enough. I'm sure those came out a single. Some more vintage valves and stuff that are rejects. I did not use these on my bike. They're way too small. These are probably things I took out of bikes. They might have been when I first started racing. I might have used this Manley's valves. I switched over to kibble. A lot better. So don't lose. I gotta make sure I don't lose my conversion kit for my race bike. You never know when you want to go riding on the street again. So, all right. So this drawer here doesn't have anything that I need today. Oop, what did we hit on? Something's in the way. Appears to be a primary cover back in the back. There appears to be some electrical devices in the way back here. Some funnels. Oh, it appears to be a soldering iron in the way. Oh, drawer closed. See, instead of beating on it, you just got to figure out how to make it work. Just other parts we don't need. Alright, what do we got in here? All kinds of good stuff. Extra set of valve springs sifted. Racing oil pump. Used to use that on single. Back when I did weird stuff. External pump. Big ass gear set in there. Sucks a lot of oil through it. Special racing crawler connecting rod. It's 9 inches long. Extra racing clutch plate. Extra chain I don't use no more. Here's some of the oil lines I used to use on the oil pan and coming off this pump probably. Those are big twin studs. I don't know why those are in there. Put those where I can see them. What's in here? That'd be oil pump key for 77 style pump. Hard to come by pieces. Another filter, but way too small thing I use. There's an extra custom tubing for something. Sure it was never used. Reject rocker arms. I was using these before I changed to what I have now. There's a Venturi out of a RevTech carburetor. I was thinking about using a smaller carburetor than I have now. I don't want to go smaller. This is the original tubing I used to have in the oil pan. Now I have a different one. Bunch of nitrous gauges are all broken. Another Venturi, probably a bigger one. Shortening of shift levers that are bent and modified. This is the highly modified stock mount before I went to my big billet one. This made it a lot stronger though, but that didn't last very long before that got crapped out. These are used shift pegs that have been vintagely used. Got back in here a gear set out of, that's probably gear set of one of these pumps over here. Lots of burn up spark plugs. See, when the tins are too cold or too hot, you go to a surface gap plug. Well, that's a street plug there. That's a 9. That's hot. Sports use a 6. That's 3 steps colder than stock. There's a 10. Burnt. Still got kind of got a plug on it, but you see it's kind of modified to different shape. This one here, you'll never burn the electrode off. It doesn't have one. It does have a lot of aluminum on it though, from metal spraying, from the piston melting. This is back before I used to change them out all the time, but I got smart. Now I just blast them, put them back in. You can get like 20 burnt pistons on one plug. Instead of changing them out every time you need them. These things here, the electrodes fall off every pass, so they're worthless. Alright, I've not seen a nice item like a counter shaft I need. And this appears to be some bore gauge stuff. Don't need none of that crap. Alright, I'm struck out on race bike crap over there anyway. We did find a couple things here that are usable. So maybe we'll look at his main shaft not being for a flathead motor. Put that damn thing away. These look kind of short already though, so I think these are for the flathead application. This is the overhead valve application. I don't know, it's pretty close. That might be an extra one in there. Yeah, could be. I'll have to check it. Okay, well that might be, we'll check into those 3 baggies. Maybe we'll have one in there. Hopefully at least one of those is an overhead valve one, and there's probably a couple flathead ones next in there. Looks like there's 2 different groups in here, so this is probably the single, this is probably the flathead. Let's compare them. Alright, that looks okay. Now, we need some XR parts. See, when you don't move your shop in 40 years, your old racing parts and valuable street parts are still in front of you to use. Okay, XR stuff is usually up on the top up there if I have anything left. The problem is, I don't have a place to put my foot, except right there. I'm sure that's perfectly safe. Ugh. Okay, what do we got up here? Another safe place for my foot. Alright, we're looking for XR crap. Okay, here's some gym stuff. I don't want gyms. Gym sucks. Okay, what do we got over here? I don't know, but it's not a counter shaft. Where's the counter shafts at? Spark and plugs. 62. 62 is not going to help us. No. What's in this box here? It's orange. It's got an R number on it. 65. No, that's an A number. How many years of dust is that on there? What's in that one? Another one? 68. 65A. I have no idea what 65A is. Could be spark plugs. Could be something else. Oh, those are junk spark plugs. I don't want stupid ass Harley spark plugs. I use good spark plugs. Okay, we don't want that box. There's racing sprockets. And if you want to go fast, you put a little dinky sprocket on like that. That's probably a 16 tooth or something. Don't need that. Ringy dingies for a flathead. Small stuff, probably washers and stuff I might need. What else do we got in here? This is racing motor mounts for an XR 750. Oh yeah, these are the front motor mounts for them. It's all aluminum stuff. We don't need any of that crap. Oh, these are case seals for a KR. New ones. Yep, don't need none of that though. Not working on that part of the bike. Down here, more racing motor mounts. Just got a deal on those. More KR junk. 69. That's probably your XR, iron XR stuff. Camshaft. It's racing stuff, but it's probably cam stuff. Too light for what I'm looking for. Lifters, valve covers, empty boxes. Holy crap, what's in here? Are these bearings probably? Yeah, these look like cam bearings. springs. Ooh, what's that in there? It looks like a rocker arm shaft for an XR. Is that an axle? Oh, that's an XR 750 front axle. Yeah, we can do that. Cut one of those down and put in my single. Let's see, this appears to be shift levers. Gears. We do need some gears. I don't really like robbing my good gears, but yeah, I do need some of these. Third gear. We do need a third gear. That was only 28 bucks back in the day. That was a while ago. Okay, some of that we might use. I don't like using this stuff because I don't want to have any more at all. I like replacing what I have. That's another gear right there. CCI 23 tooth counter. Korea. Good gears. These are good gears. Alright, so which one's this one? 22 third gear. Counter shaft probably. Oh, main shaft. That's the one we already opened. Third gear. Yeah, that's the one we just looked at. This is probably a better quality one than that other one I have. 26. Ooh, perfect. Drive gear. We need that one. That's the counter shaft drive gear. We need that for sure. We need that one too. What else do we got in here? Oh, that's flatted junk. What else? Whoa! There goes a WR foot peg. Another gear. We need a low gear. 22 third gear main shaft is another one. Andrew's second main. I'm not sure which one that is, but we do need a second main. I need to lock this in my low gear. Let's see. I don't know. I think it's another third gear. Low gear. That's a low gear. That's a factory early low gear. I don't really want to go backwards to that, but might have to. That's another 23rd main shaft. We already got that gear. Okay, we got a couple gears at least. There's something heavy in here. What's in this? I don't know. Ooh, I see a main shaft in there. Is this a counter shaft? No, it's too short. These are crank pins. Yeah, these are KR crank pins. Yeah. Yeah, we're not working the motor right now. What is that in there? That would be looks like a main shaft for a sportster, probably for a stock K model. Okay, we don't need that right now. Here are these chains. 52R, that's probably a stupid chain. Primary chain. They haven't been opened up yet. It'll be a real short primary chain. They used to run 25 tooth and 30 tooth gears. 88 these were made. This side of the box is open. Don't know what's in there. Oh no, that's the sprocket. It's probably a 25 tooth motor sprocket for a KR. That'd be one of these, but smaller. These are the big ones here. These are not KR, these are Sportster. That little dinky one's a KR. There's probably one inside that box there too. There's more. That's KR. It's got a spline. See, the stock Harley one has a spline. This one here is a taper. So it's like an old 45 WL motor, but it has 3 rows instead of 2. So you tell apart between a WR and a KR. And that looks like a 32 sprocket, which is a small one. That's for short stroke racing. Low speed crap. I don't do low speed. This looks like a gear. Counter shaft 25 tooth. Ooh, I'm not going that. That's for a real dinky shaft. Ooh, what's that bag right there though? Looks interesting. Put that up there. Let's what's in here? It looks like a counter shaft. Ooh, look what I found. Trans counter shaft. 88RA. Okay, I need another one of these. Anybody got one of these online? I need one of these. That's the number we need. So that's the counter shaft for race bike. Okay. See, I did buy me an extra one. Probably back in '88. Yeah, it was '88 when that package, wasn't it? It's special order stuff to get it back in the day. Date on it is 97. 04/97 is when I bought that. I was thinking ahead. I knew I was going to need one. This is probably the gear. 18 tooth, 60R would be for the flathead. That's made in '87. That's what that other gear down there was matching to it. Back in here. So heavy. The gears in here. Let's see, run out of room for all this crap. Let's see, this here goes back down here. 25 tooth is for 19 and 20 tooth clutch gear, not an 18. Okay, that doesn't go in that box. Quit mixing up the boxes. That goes on top of that box. Okay, let's see what we got in here. Oh, there's my clutch gears. 26 tooth. Yeah, here's some racing ones here. Okay, let's pull that out and take a look at that. Might run that instead. 56, 26 tooth. These are the ones you rip all the teeth off of. These are special low gear ones. Garbage. The teeth fall off instantly on a race bike. What we got in here? 25 tooth gear. Another one. Oh, these are my clutch gears. 20 tooth. These are the big ones. These are what I use in the flathead. Looks like I got 3 or 4 extra ones in there. Yeah, you know, you got spares. So those are 2 that go with that. Okay, put that back. We're not using that box. No, we're not using either. Okay, this one here is a flathead gear, so we're not using that. Okay, what else do we got down here? More used stuff. Clamps, 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 and motor parts, smaller motor parts. Should be a box of thrust washers in here somewhere. Sportster seat. Alright. Motor washers. Alright, so here we go. Stuff I'm using this is for the flathead. That's K-model stuff. Ooh, extra parts. Look at that gear. Okay, this stuff here. Okay, successful hunt. How do we get down without killing ourselves? Oh, boy, that's hard on my feet standing up there that long. Okay. So if we can't fix the counter shaft, we have another one. We're still going to try to fix it though. Alright, what else do we got here? Washers. Box of washers somewhere. This is Sportster stuff. The washers are not the right ones. Nuts and stuff. Push rods for a K-model. K-model early Sportster crap. There's some tranny parts that we're never going to use again. bunch more nuts in case I break some. And what's in this one here? That's a shifter shaft. These are back in the hard to come by, so I have a few extras. Alright. Okay, now over here is all the new washers for setting things up. Alright, what do we got packed up on top here? Front hub for 45. Uh-oh, hazmat material. Oh shit. Lead! I'm gonna die now. It looks like a sportster hub. Yep, says 45 though. Okay, there's my racing assortment. That's different from street assortment. Racing assortment has more special stuff in there than street assortment. Whoa, that's it. Trip and fall. Alright, there you go. This is why you don't move your stuff in 30 years. You can find it when you need it. Even though you don't remember having all of it. But I knew where a lot of it was. Okay. I don't like using up my last counter shaft though. Damn. That's going to piss me off by using that thing. We can drop this box. I'm going to try to. There, we got it. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. We got it all. There we go. There's no low gear in here though. I didn't see no low gear. Okay, this is XL stuff. Okay, this looks like normal street bike stuff in here. No special modified junk. Okay, these are main shaft washers. Looks like normal street stuff. These are not cut down for racing. Well, that one is. I cut the titty off for racing. Okay, and this one here is the counter shaft. These are not the racing counter shafts. Okay, so these are not the washers I'm looking for. So there's another box, a bag full of all the counter shaft racing washers, which are not here, which you're probably going to need. That's the ones that go in here. That's these washers here. That one and this one are racing ones. They're also used on the different years of the Evo Sports, the early one. But they had two variations of those washers even for the stock street bikes. And they had other ones with racing numbers on them for racing bikes. So, the other alternative is to take this one here, which looks almost like that one, and turn this sucker down and put a bearing on it. And make it, I can make an XR shaft. The problem is this one has a hole that goes through it for lubrication, which this one does not have, but being a small hole in the center is not really going to weaken it very much. Very, very little actually. But that would give me a straight, and I got hundreds of these things new, so I can always make a counter shaft if I had to, and I think I'd rather do that than use my brand new one over here, because once you use up your last new one, you don't have any more. Okay, so we got to figure out what we're going to do on this. Alright, so let me get this stuff cleaned up. We'll be back.